Hello, I'm Amanda Loftis, a Norwex independent sales consultant, and I'm here to tell you a little bit more about Norwex. Norwex's mission is to radically reduce the number of chemicals inside your house by allowing you to clean with just a cloth and water. This is the Norwex Enviro cloth. With this cloth and water, you can clean your house from top to bottom. You don't need all of those traditional chemical cleaners. How? This cloth is far superior to other microfiber that you can get. The Norwex microfiber is 1/200th the size of a human hair. That's the size of the fibers that are used in this cloth. So if you were to unravel this one cloth, it would stretch from the Canadian border to the Gulf of Mexico. Now, that's a great fact, but what does it do for cleaning? What it does is that on a microscopic level, when you use this cloth, it creates a negative static friction inside the cloth, and it pulls up all the dirt and grime that are on the surface, and it pulls it into the cloth and it holds onto it. So this cloth has been scientifically tested to remove 99% of everything from a surface. Bacteria, dirt, grime, anything and everything that could be on the surface is now pulled into the cloth. It's a different way of thinking about cleaning. Instead of using traditional cleaners to kill what's ever on the surface and then removing it with a paper towel to throw it in the trash can, we're just going to use this cloth. Now, what another great thing about the cloth, and it's my favorite thing about Norwex and why I love them, is that when this cloth is being made and they're teeny tiny little fibers that are 1/200th the size of a human hair, Norwex takes micro silver and melts it down and embeds it into the fiber. It's almost like two fibers are woven together, like a polyester blend or something. So the silver is always in the cloth and can never be separated from the cloth. Now, what this does for your cloth as far as cleaning goes is that it allows you to use this cloth for like a week or two between washing and laundering the cloth. The silver stops bacterial growth into the cloth and self-purifies the cloth. So after you use it to clean your counters, your sink, you take it to the sink, you rinse it under warm water, you wring out all the dirt and stuff, and that goes down the drain. And then you use this lovely little tag that says Enviro cloth, and you hang it, and the silver goes to work purifying your cloth. I know, I sound crazy, but it really does work. So we're going to give you a couple little examples here. First, we're going to use butter. I'm going to smear it on the counter here and on this little mirror. So we're going to put some butter on the counter. You can see that, butter on the counter. And then we're going to put a little butter on the mirror. Now, before Norwex, the way that I would go about cleaning this is grab my favorite window cleaner and then a roll of paper towels, because everyone's always using paper towels. So we're just going to use the Enviro cloth, and we're just going to wipe up all the sticky butter. And this can be whatever hard, grimy messes that you get into. And you see, it's just that simple. It's gone from that surface, and then we're just going to wipe the mirror like that. Now, the Enviro cloth is used damp. So what you see here is a film left over from the dampness. Now, Norwex also has a polishing cloth that takes rid of the dampness. Now, this is the window cloth, and you just simply use it dry, and just like that, you can have a shiny surface. And you could even use the polishing cloth. Like I clean the butter off here. Now, if you really want it to shine, your granite or your quartz, you can use the polishing cloth after, and just like that, you have streak-free shines. Now, these two cloths, like I said, can be used to clean your entire house. You can use these on stainless steel appliances and then follow up with the polishing cloth. You can clean all your mirrors. You can clean your windows outside. You can clean the dirty stuff that your husband or kids drag into the house. I clean spills that my kids make. I've used it before to clean stains out of my carpet, stains out of my kids' shirt when they drop food. Pretty much wet, use damp. So you take it to the sink, you get it soaking wet, you squeeze all the water out of it. As you can see, it's not dripping or anything, holds on to the liquid very good. But you can use it to clean everything. You can use it to clean your really nasty toilets. And because it removes all the bacteria, you don't have to worry about anything. So these two cloths come in the basic package. So clean and shine and polish. So if you have anything that has a shine, these will get it. Your sink faucet, if you want it to shine, they really work, and you can eliminate the cleaners that you use on a daily basis with just these two products. And that's what they are in the basic package. The basic package is $32.99, and it will allow you to clean your entire house. They also have a household package. The household package contains another product. It is the dusting mitt. Now, if you have a really dusty old house or a wood stove, this thing is fabulous. It has a longer fiber than the EnviroCloth, and you just walk around the house, and if you see dust, you can touch it and it grabs onto it and holds onto it. It will hold up to 7 times its weight in dust. Another great thing, if you have knickknacks or stuff, you can have 2 of them, and you can pick up your knickknack or your photo and just go around it, and you're not going to leave fingerprints or anything on the surface while you're cleaning. Now, normally, if you were cleaning with a typical aerosol, you would spray and that dust just leaps into the air and lands somewhere else. So instead of just moving dust around, this actually allows you to eliminate the dust from your house. So you get the dust in the air, and then you can just take it outside, you can beat it, or you can launder it with all of your other Norwex products, which we will get into later. So, Norwex works on butter, but how does it work on harder, more difficult items? So, to show you how it works, we're going to use everybody's favorite, and that is raw chicken on the counter. So just like that, we have this piece of chicken, and we're just going to make the counter all lovely. I hope you can see this on the video. So it's all lovely and gooey all over the counter. Typically, before Norwex, I had these wipe cleaners that I would use in the kitchen. So anytime I had something extra dirty, I would grab my wipes. Most of you have them in your house. These wipes, they say on the front that they'll kill E. coli, salmonella, all of this great nasty stuff. But has anyone ever read the directions? If you haven't read the directions, you should go and pull them out and read the directions. Most of these wipe products say that you need to wipe the surface to be disinfected for 4 to 10 minutes in order to get the surface clean. So while you could wipe the surface for 4 to 10 minutes with the chemical in order to kill the bacteria, we're just going to try to remove it with the EnviroCloth. Those chemical cleaners say, if you continue to read on the back, that they're hazardous to humans and animals, and you should wash your hands thoroughly after handling the product. I let my kids use them before. So I would much rather my kids use a cloth and water than to use some chemicals that they're supposed to wash after. Okay, so we're going to take the EnviroCloth, it's just wet, and we're going to wipe down this chicken. So here's the chicken spot. We're just going to wipe it up in the EnviroCloth. So here's the chicken side. We're just going to leave it right there. Now what we're going to use is a ProClean tester. Now these testers, they test for protein remaining on the surface. As you know, chicken has a lot of protein in it. So they use these in the food industry when testing for food scores to determine if there's protein left on the surfaces, so it's not been cleaned properly and they can get points deducted. It's just a protein residual test, and there's a scale on the side. This green is good. I'm not sure you can see this, but I'll give you a close-up when we're done. And then purple is bad. So the more purple it is, the more protein. So we're just going to take the little thing, swab, and we're going to swab the surface. Make sure we got all the areas for chicken. Then we're going to stick it back in and there's a solution at the top. We're going to break the solution. If the solution is green, when it gets to the bottom, then we did good. Okay, so the solution is very, very bright green. I hope you can see that. Okay, now, shake it up, make sure it's good. Now we're going to test the cloth. Because what Norwex does is it pulls the dirty chicken juice into the cloth. So it's not just like sitting on the top of the cloth. So we're going to take it and stick it back in here, shake it back up, and you can see it's still green because Norwex removes the juice. And it doesn't just sit on the surface, it pulls it in and holds on to it. So even if I was to clean this area over here with the chicken side down, clean the whole counter, let's just do that. Turn back over, we can test this. The chicken residue that I picked up over here that's in the cloth is not going to come back out because it's stuck in the cloth. Still green. So now, to prove to you that this is not some crazy rig test that I bought online, we're going to swab the chicken. So we're just going to touch the chicken like that and then pick it up. And you can see, maybe, before I even put it back in there, that the swab is already purple. I haven't even put it back in there. So this means that there is protein on the chicken, causes the swab to turn purple, and Norwex really does remove all the chemical proteins and nastiness from the chicken on the counter, even without the chemical. So it's a concept of removing the dirt and the grime and the nastiness from a surface without using your chemical cleaners. And you can do all of this with just Norwex and water. So your toilets, your filth, your grime, your whatever you have going on in your house, all you need is this Norwex EnviroCloth and water.